Taking pictures. Don't do that to me, you asshole. You got the bag of shit? Oh, no. Okay, fine. Fine.
We're out at Jeremy's folks' house in Hubertus, Wisconsin. This is where it all started, huh?
It's not where it started, it's where it ended. I grew up in the city.
Yeah.
Parents moved up the social ladder and bought this place.
Did you guys have shows here?
No, and I've dreamed of having a show here, but I never had a show here. No. I would have liked that, yes.
Let's
Good
go
content
see
there, is
the
that
inside
okay?
of the Prach household.
Okay, well, this is my dad.
Don't take a picture of this shit that goes up north, though. When you used to be in a band, when was this?
That's not the band that we were in together, but that was later. That was when you were in LSD.
Probably.
Oh, is it? What are you doing? Oh.
Kara's on there, Poncho's on there.
And Julie, Kara's sister.
This is the first, one of the first main event. That would have been 1995, maybe 97. I had a 79 Impala, or no, sorry, this is a 75 Monte Carlo. And you had to use original parts. So I bought an Impala, which was a much less defined body type.
Whoa.
See, wait.
Shit!
Okay, now what? What's this?
What's this right here?
What's in there?
Oh,
Look at that.
a t-shirt gun.
78 or 79.
You built this.
But
Whoa, no way.
this is the computer that's an 8080A microprocessor. This was the display where you get the readout and the
Keypad.
keyboard.
What was it for?
Anything I wanted to interface to it. You know what I mean?
Well, every band's got to have a red fender.
Yeah, but I like it.
Okay.
We're live.
Yes, we're live.
We're going.
Hey, my name is Jeremy. I'm with the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday weekly podcast.
Wow.
We are here in an undesignated location,
Called Hubertus.
Hubertus, Wisconsin. I'm here with my parents, Bonnie and Francis Prach. Scott, you ever meet these people?
Yeah, I've a couple times. Poncho and I were just talking about fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
Or battery power.
And hydrogen. Did you tell you about hydrogen?
Hydrogen, yeah. Fuel cells. And Bonnie and I have hung out a bit, and we went on the trip up to Calumet this summer.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
All right.
Which I really enjoyed.
Well, you guys look a little nervous. You guys gonna be okay?
I'm just fine.
What the hell are we doing there?
Wait, so give us a little bit of background. We were just talking like a second ago about how you and Poncho met. How did you guys meet? You've been married for 50.
Well, who's Poncho?
Francis.
Yeah, but I introduced him as Francis.
Oh yeah. How'd you get the name? How'd you get the name Poncho?
Oh, that's a long story not that long. When I was a kid, actually Poncho from the Mexican Bandit from Mexico, his name was Francis.
Oh, okay.
And so up north,
Yeah.
the
I like
kids
it.
started calling me
All right.
Poncho.
There's probably a lot of Francis up there.
Not that I'm a thief or not. It's just a name.
Well, I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
Well, you had a dog named that.
You have a dog? Well, yeah, Poncho.
Yep.
Well,
P-A-N-C-H-O.
it's all right. In fact, a lot of people I hung around with, I knew up there, they never did know what my real name was.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody knows you as Poncho up there.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right
Yeah.
on. Nice. And you all met up in Calumet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both your families are from up there.
Yes.
Upers.
Yep.
Burst.
We'll answer that story.
Well, do you guys colloquially call yourselves Youpers? Like, do you guys call yourselves
Used
Youpers?
to
Or that's
be.
what somebody, some other people call you?
Used to be.
I'm
Youper.
used to be a user.
Yeah. From the UP, so they Youpers, right? But nobody calls it that anymore.
Yeah, you can
They
get
do.
T-shirts that say
Yeah.
"Used to be a Youper."
Really?
Yeah.
You should have had that on.
I used to be a.
Now, hang on. There's a lot to unpack here already. Youper, so Upper Peninsula of Michigan. For those that don't know, so it's shortened to UP. Also, Mom, you asked, what is this podcast? Scott, what is this podcast? Why don't you give it to my mom in 3 sentences?
This is we talk about people that are peripheral to the Flat Out Friday and Mama Tried, but to talk about not motorcycles related stuff. So we're here to get to know you, especially because Jeremy has been one of my good friends for such a long time, and we kind of wanted to show the foundations of how Jeremy is Jeremy, where he came from.
Yep.
So that's why we wanted to get you guys on camera, and you guys are characters.
We are.
You not only have character, you are characters. So I wanted to get we wanted to get a little bit of time with you guys on camera to talk about Jeremy, and I want to talk about Jeremy and Jeremy's young life and what he was like growing up. And
I don't have a lot of questions, actually.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
What was it like? What was it like with growing up with Jeremy? Because
he's a very good boy.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had some ideas sometimes.
Oh, he's crazy.
Strong-headed and always like imaginative and
Jeremy's Jeremy.
being a leader.
When he was 18 years old, he graduated from high school, and he took a band that just started. I don't know what they were at. He went all over the states.
All over the country.
Touring, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
18 years old with an old van.
That was LSD or
That was
Damadol?
It was
Both?
LSD, lack of social decency.
All right.
Yeah.
And I remember asking my dad on the second tour, the second summer, do you think this van will make it? And he said, I didn't think it was going to make it the first time.
Oh, really? It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Did you help him get it
Not
sorted?
exactly my type of music.
Yeah. But did you help him get the van sorted? Because you're mechanical
No,
like that.
he did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything. I did set up, call all over the country, setting up dates where we're going to practice. But it was probably a pretty rigorous schedule
Yeah.
because Big Doggone play maybe in Austin, Texas one day, and they maybe in Lincoln, Nebraska the next day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I booked it without a map. It's a true story.
Really?
I knew it was south.
Just like,
they played on the campus of Berkeley.
Lincoln, Nebraska, sort of near Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It's down there somewhere.
It's in the south.
Yeah. Nice.
I think I still have a couple of old small records from records they made when they were in San Francisco or something.
Really? Is that where you guys recorded?
Couple of records, yeah.
I don't know. My dad's the historian on this.
I got them in the
I'll
basement
take it
somewhere. My record collection.
Well, you, Mom, you described me as a good boy. Can you explain that a little bit more? What is a good boy?
You were very, very good. Mm-hmm. Even when he went to the public school and up to 5th, 6th grade, they start busing, and kids would spit on him and naughty. So that one time I went there by the school, and we lived right across the street, and they said, "Mrs. Prach, do not touch a kid." Well, I wanted to. Then I put him in the Catholic school at St. Margaret Mary's. And then he was there, and then when he finished 8th grade, even the priest said he's going to be the next pope. And
Even the priest said this.
yeah. And then Jeremy wrote us a letter. I still have it, that he wanted to become a priest. He
Yeah,
did.
that's right. We talked about this up in Calumet.
Yeah, he wanted to become a priest until he got a taste of that apple.
Why did I want to become a priest?
What was that? What was?
You wanted to become a priest, or you were the most popular kid or guy or whatever you called you,
I think the thing about it was to help people.
Yeah.
to help people. He wanted
You
to be
know.
a police officer or a priest.
I think the whole theory behind it was to help people.
Help people.
Well, that makes sense because that kind of explains the job that you have now.
I'm a teacher.
Special ed teacher.
Yeah.
It's like helping people, and you're very compassionate. You're very good with people, good with humans.
Okay, I appreciate that, but this isn't my interview.
But there was one time when Heather was in high school and Jeremy too, and I told him probably the worst two jobs to have in a city is one is to be a cop and one is to be a teacher. Heather wanted to be a cop and Jeremy wanted to be a teacher.
Well, you all are very accomplished.
Yeah, Heather kind of is a
There you
cop. If you've ever been to Flat Out Friday.
She's pretty stern.
She's very stern.
She'd make a good teacher.
Oh,
Good police
Heather,
officer, too.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, she's a treat.
Heather's Heather.
But wait, let's go back a little bit. So you all grew up in the UP.
Yeah.
What was it like up there? Me going up there, the UP is like it's like, of course it's part of the United States, but it feels like you're in another country where they speak English there.
You are. I call it the Twilight Zone.
It's like being in Finland if they spoke English in Finland.
It was hard. It was very difficult. The mines closed down in the 60s. We were all poor.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no work for...
As far as working
all
at, but as far as
miners.
growing up for a kid, I think it was a great place to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by water. It's an island. And,
Yeah.
You know, any direction you go into, you're going to hit water.
Yeah.
And we were at the beach all the time.
Tight community. But there's like a 4-week window for going to the beach in the summer up there, isn't there? I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking. It's like
sometimes it's
yeah,
zero.
Yeah.
It ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
Not like the old days.
Yeah. It was a lot colder.
Oh shit! I remember doggone summers when it was either rain and fog all summer.
Really.
Yeah.
And you know what other thing I really like a lot, and this is getting away from talking about Jeremy, but I really love about Calumet the sauna culture. The sauna culture.
That's
Oh,
all we
yeah,
had
yeah,
when we were kids.
Yeah.
We
And
didn't-
everybody had
Toilet down the basement, and you go sauna on Wednesday and Saturday.
There was a
Yeah.
sauna right down on 3rd Street, right on the corner down on Pine Street. There was a.
That's where we
a
went
sauna.
for our
a
honeymoon.
public sauna?
Yeah.
Really?
We went for a honeymoon.
Yeah.
How big was it?
It was pretty good size. Yeah.
Like how many people?
Oh, I mean they had rooms. I don't know how many rooms. They
Was
had
it just a
20
lot of
rooms,
small
all
rooms?
different
Oh,
rooms.
really?
Yeah.
Nice. And what was it like inside? There were wood, or there was like central
was wood.
boiler?
They were probably wood.
Yeah.
Or coal or something. They burn it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Wood probably
Okay.
mostly.
Mom, you mentioned the mines closed. Can you explain that a little bit? What does that mean, the mines closed?
The Copper Country Mines. What
There's
do you
a
call
copper
it?
mining area.
Mining. What was it called?
Copper mining area.
Copper mining. And they closed in the 60s. And that was scary because my father was he worked 12 hours a day and probably got $2-3 an hour, $2. And they closed. They went
And the
on
mines were
strike
huge. They basically everyone worked for the mines
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
Then the mines closed
respect or
down,
another.
and
Yeah.
it was sad. It was scary because
And
we
the-
had a good life
Yeah.
until then. Then everybody was out in the bars drinking and running around with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and it was crazy then.
Your dad was a miner too, Dad, right?
Yeah.
He came from Germany, or he studied mining or something? He was an engineer? What was...
Not really. He was into probably some industry or mining probably most of his life. He came to this country, him and his brother, I think they came in through Canada. And then right after they came here, they went into the Depression. And they were hitchhiking rail cars out of Chicago. And they'd jump on a rail car and head out west. He said sometimes you get on a rail car, you couldn't even find a place to sit down, and
So many
just
people.
crowded with everybody.
Really.
Yeah, they went out west. And
Back
they were
in the
working
day.
in the gold mine in South Dakota.
And was it because of that when the mines closed that you guys moved down to Milwaukee? You left
Yes,
UP?
because-
Pretty much because there isn't any other industry there other than that, so there's
Right.
no jobs.
Right.
So I came down here.
And you were working for the mines too, weren't you?
No,
You were like,
no.
but you were doing something. You were doing
TV
you were
repair.
doing
I was doing
maintenance.
TV, yeah.
Yeah,
TV
maintenance and
repair.
engineering, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was too good-hearted to go.
I'd never make a businessman.
Never. I said, let me in there. Let me charge.
every sob story, you know, and I'd be
Yeah,
giving the
you'd be
store
like,
away.
all right, yeah.
Yeah. Put
Did
a
you
new
have you had your
picture
own
tube
business?
in.
Yeah,
No, he worked for another guy, but
yeah.
God,
But it's a really Calumet's got a really beautiful downtown, and you could tell there was was really prosperous for a long time because there's a lot of really beautiful old buildings there, a lot of beautiful homes.
oh yeah, we had.
that in Calumet was huge.
Yeah,
They were
back
going to
in
make
the
that.
they were
the
gonna make it the
1860s.
capital of Michigan, right?
Yeah.
1860s, 1870s or something. I think there was something like 60,000 people living in Calumet.
Wow. How many people are there now?
2. I don't think there's 2.
No, 5,000 people.
Huh?
You have 5,000 people in Calumet.
No, 2.
2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Maybe.
wow.
Bet a lot of
That-
people are moving back.
That might be including Lorien, the next town next over.
Hey, hang on, I got a couple. Let me unpack a little bit what you said.
There was about 20 bars on 5th Street that I went to.
Really?
Yeah.
You could stumble out of one and run into another one.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. No,
Pretty
there's
much.
like 5
That
left.
must, yeah. And they're beautiful bars too. The ones that are left, really gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it's that Shooty's got that original bar, that hand carved.
Is that the one with the glass?
Yeah.
With the glass roof over the top of it.
That's a nice
Yeah.
bar.
That's gorgeous.
I think it's funny that we measure the success of Calumet by the bar count. But a couple of things you touched on. I want to go back, just way back to your father, Opa, as we call you, Opa Poncho Francis. There was some boxing along the way too, wasn't there? Some boxing.
Yeah, that's when
Your father
my
was a
dad and
boxer.
his brother went out west. That's the way they picked up money. They go to these carnivals and stuff. And my uncle, my dad's younger brother, was a boxer, and my dad was his manager. And they'd go all these carnivals and stuff and fight, anybody.
Yeah.
That
Bare knuckle.
Make a few bucks.
make a few. I don't know if they did bare knuckle. They were almost bare knuckles. I think he fought a couple times in Calumet. Calumet had a boxing ring
Oh really?
in there. But
But Uncle Joe
he fought a
did.
guy. He fought a guy in Wyoming that was a 5-state champion in Wyoming, and he beat the snot out of this guy, and they almost ran him out of town.
Really?
You gotta grab your bags in the middle of the night and
Really?
take
Oh
off.
no.
So
Wait, what about? Excuse me. Wait, what
Go
about
ahead.
hockey? Because Jeremy runs a hockey league.
Oh God! The
And is
first
it-
time he was he did it at Auntie Tori's, my sister's house up north. And the first time we went to watch his game, and it was so funny. And I wasn't even drinking. It was so funny. I had a cell phone, yeah. So whatever. God, you had cell phones then? And he'd go around there and open the door, and then went around again and opened the door. Finally, he couldn't open. No, he
I climbed over.
No,
I
you
climbed
climbed
I climbed
over.
over the thing.
climbed over.
Instead of going through the door.
Then at the last shift, I took the door.
I was
This
just.
is in Calumet.
This is in Milwaukee here.
Oh
yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Did you play? You didn't never play
No,
hockey
so what?
up there.
So
'cause you were
there's a couple stories that my mom mixed up. I did go with my aunt. They have in Amique. They have an outdoor rink, and I played. And just a pickup. I loved it. And I said, when I get back to Milwaukee, I'm going to do this.
right.
So I joined a league down here.
Nice.
But I want to go back, Scott, real quick. You asked my dad or mom how they came down here. I think we got to go back just a little bit. And when we were up there, I highlighted where my dad got into an accident. And he was able to get a little... I'm only saying this because I don't totally know the details. I'm asking you to correct me. You were in an accident and you got a little money to go to school. And then from going to school, you left the TV repair business and you were able to get a degree. No,
No,
that's not how it
that's-
goes.
No, I had the accident first, and then
Just before
I went-
graduation.
I went down to Kalamazoo and got a degree. Then I went back to Calumet, which was... I went up there for Christmas vacation, and that lasted 2 years.
But we were at that corner where you were in that
That's
accident.
another story.
Yeah,
too.
what's that corner called? Where
Jacobsville? Or is it
It's a
Silverville?
Phoenix Mall.
the Phoenix Mall.
Is that little Phoenix Mall? That little store there?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Love that
She
little
just passed
store.
away.
Oh
We were at
really?
a beach party one time, and Bobby's a buddy of mine, and he was an excellent driver, when he was sober, but give him a 6-pack or so. Well, anyway, we're coming down the road, and he was driving good, 25, 30, and we're coming up to that corner, and I know you got to stop there because it's a T. You got to turn either left or right, and I tapped him on the shoulder and asked him what the hell he was doing, and I happened to see this speedometer coming down there, and we were doing about 85, 87, and coming up to that corner. And
There's no way to
I tapped
make.
him on the corner. He was sleeping.
Oh no.
Didn't make the corner. Thing of it is, I'm coming up this corner, and that is probably the scariest feeling that you would ever have, because I know you're going to wreck that car, and there's nothing I could do about it.
Right.
You know. And I was watching the guardrails on the other side of the road as they were coming up. He cut the wheel to turn up, but we were just going too fast, and we were going to a four-wheel drift across the road. Last thing I remember is I saw the guard. I was watching the guardrails. I saw it flying by my side of the car.
What kind of car was it?
He had his dad's brand new 66 Ford wagon.
It's a big car.
Yeah.
Damn. And you guys launched that through that guardrail and down into the.
Took a nosedive in that.
There's a river down there, right?
Yeah, took a nosedive in the middle of that river.
Was it in the winter?
No, it was in spring.
Just before graduation.
But one good thing is when we hit the ground, I can only assume that we hit the ground and we spun around in a circle. And I went through the windshield, busted the windshield out, and that left. And I flew back into the car, and I was sitting in the back of the car. We woke up, and we're sitting there, and the water's running through the car,
way.
you know, through the windows. We're trying to.
Anyone even know you were down there?
What the hell are we gonna tell the cops when the cops got there? We missed that turn, you know. No, a guy saw us. He was getting up for work or something, right across the river there, and he seen us go over. And he came down and looked in the car, and he went back up and he called the cops and all that stuff, whatever. But
How long did that take for at that time for the cops to get there?
oh, I don't know. It seemed like eternity.
Were you
I
badly
fractured
hurt?
two vertebrae in my back when I went through the windshield.
Oh, really?
But I didn't know. I didn't feel anything in that. Even at that, I climbed out of the window with the car and then climbed up
The embankment?
that embankment up to the top, and then my back started hurting.
Really?
I'm laying on the side of the road up there.
And your back's been hurting you ever since,
You know.
more or less. Were you guys together back then,
No,
Bonnie? No?
God. No.
I better after that.
Well, the positive of that story, I don't want to end on a sour note, is that you were able to not get drafted and then go to college.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
see? So
that
there's-
probably turned my life around. It probably was probably was one of the best things happened to me.
So went for electrical engineering.
Yeah.
Nice. And you built that computer
Well, it's
downstairs.
electronic engineering.
Yeah, okay.
built the computer.
That's amazing.
Like I said, before that, I had no future. Nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do or whatever. You know.
Mhm. Okay.
But, like I said, probably the best thing to happen to me.
Yeah. Right on.
I got a little back problems, but
Yeah.
you know.
And Bobby feels really bad about it.
Yeah.
But he didn't get no money out. I mean, he got enough to buy his 65 Chevy, but there in them days, they didn't have
it's-
nothing.
It's not like you'd get a nice fat
No,
settlement or anything out of it.
enough
no.
to buy the Chevy.
For the fact that I knew Bobby, I knew his dad, and that. And
You weren't going to go after the house
No,
or
I
the
wasn't.
camper
I wasn't
materials.
going to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He told me about X amount of dollars that his dad had for maximum insurance on the car and that. So it's a business deal.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Tight community. You're not gonna sue the family or anything like
No,
that.
he's
was my
still
best
his
friend.
best friend.
Oh, nice.
He
That's
was
great.
best
Yeah.
man at our wedding, and still the best
Well,
friend.
let's go back to that. You never answered this. Can you tell us where did you meet?
I was babysitting for my cousin and Sandy, and she was going with Bobby,
Yeah. She was Bobby's girlfriend.
Bobby's girlfriend,
I'd
and
go over
then
and hang around sometimes.
Hang
watch
around
TV and stuff.
then he fell in love with me.
Yeah, with good reason.
He was so shy and quiet. He was so innocent.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay, well let's. I think we got. Scott, you have enough history here. How do you feel?
Yeah.
You got a
Okay.
foundation here.
Yeah.
A quick timeline again, if you can correct me where I'm wrong. You moved down here to you got a job in Falk at Falk,
Falk Corporation,
Yeah.
yes.
and you were working at a hotel or cleaning a hotel or something.
Yes, but when he got hired from Falk Corporation, I was still in Calumet, in the Upper Peninsula, and I gave him $50. I had some cousins down here on the south side. I said, go down there and get a job and don't come back until you do. He calls me up a couple days later and said, I got 3 offers. Which one should I take? Well, wasn't that a stupid question? The one with the most pay!
And that was it's never that simple,
Yeah.
or rarely that simple.
He didn't get hired from Falk Corporation right away. He got
that's another story.
hired from
Manpower.
Manpower first.
Okay.
I don't know if people are watching that on TV. I don't know if we should get into that.
No, it's okay. We don't want to go air any dirty laundry. but you were working at Falk, and Falk, for those of you that don't know, is a foundry. So probably the grossest.
It's not particularly as a foundry. They have a foundry because they make gear castings. But what they do make is gear drives and transmissions.
Okay.
During World War II, they made all the transmissions for the Navy, for all their boats and all that.
Okay.
You're talking transmissions the size of the house here, right?
Yeah, they'll make a gear 50-foot diameter.
Well,
And,
the machine that forge
Machine
it.
it.
Yeah.
yeah, they got it on a gear cutting machine that's, I think, 3 stories underground and 2 stories above ground.
No way. Wow.
On a 50-foot table.
Really?
Whatever.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
But during that time, I'm just setting a tone. If we're going into why I am, I think is a tone.
Yes.
The foundry.
Yeah.
But Mom, you were cleaning a hotel or something,
Yes.
right?
And
Tell us, what was that?
I think I made $2.50, and I paid Jeremy $1.25 to go to a daycare center. So I was only making $1 an hour. I think then I turned to housekeeping. Head housekeeper. I don't remember.
Then she was working on that, she was, what do you call it? At that restaurant.
Triple Crown Motel.
Triple Crown Restaurant. Yeah.
Triple Crown.
Where was that?
Downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Avenue or something. Downtown.
Did you have to pay your parking at that time? I think it was 35 or 30. It was a lot of money.
She was the hostess at that Triple Crown.
Okay.
35 cents or $35?
$35 for parking. Yeah. Could have been 35 cents. That was a long time ago.
$35.
A shift? You mean it was $35 at park? A shift?
No, for the month.
For a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you only made, I might have went up to $2.75 or whatever.
Right.
$3, I think it was. I don't remember. Crepe almighty, that's...
Well, you
Years ago.
you grew up, or I grew up there. We worked there. You laid a foundation, if you will, a financial. You got a little bit of money, and then you bought this place, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward to 1980,
86, yeah.
and you bought this place here in Hubertus. It's quite a palace.
It's so nice out here.
It's quiet.
You didn't really like moving out to the burbs.
I didn't like it out here at all. I was a freshman, and I went to. Although you mentioned I went to a Catholic school, I thought it was the greatest thing about it. It was very diverse.
Right.
And it was in the city of Milwaukee. It was very diverse. So my peers were into rap music or country music and punk rock, and here it's straight country.
Watch the grass grow.
It was the worst thing that we could have did for him.
Yeah.
Because it was very difficult for him to adjust. And then he was the last one to get picked up at the bus. And they would trip him and all that. They were in flannel shirts and that. Oh, Jeremy coming from the Catholic school, he dressed it, kind of nice. And I called the school up and I says, the kids are picking on my son. And they said, well, maybe if he dressed different. Don't piss me off.
Jeremy was kind of a punk rocker.
Yeah.
That don't sit with these farmers.
No.
Rough,
but
But like he
tumultuous
always
beginning.
said, he said that, what's it to do out here? What's it to do out here? He said, that's all they do is lay in the cornfields and smoke pot. Oh, was I
That wasn't your
sick.
jam,
And that wasn't my jam. No, I wanted to, change the world,
right?
shake it up.
Right.
Yeah, Jeremy was always a city kid.
Yeah.
Gotta have something going on.
But
Yeah.
he graduated. He went to 3 years there.
Yeah.
And like I said, that he was one of the most popular kids that did graduate, and which was a blessing. And then he went with his band and all that.
And then you moved to River West?
Yeah, as soon as I could, I bought a home in River West with their support and help. When I was 20 years old, I bought a house.
Yeah. That's
20
awesome.
years old, yeah, because I'd go there and clean the other place he went. Oh my God! I said,
What's the
Closet
other
you're living
place?
in.
What was your? Well, first off, Scott, put some perspective here. What was your house like at 20 years old? And your mom came over. Would she come over and clean?
No.
What would she have seen? What would have been the landscape of your home at 20?
Oh, they didn't come over.
Everything clean in its blades.
No. No, but I mean, no, my situation was a little bit different. I didn't live in like big group houses. I wasn't like a group house. I did, a couple times, but not, nothing like that. It was more just like one roommate.
But your life, was it in order?
I mean, as much as a 20-year-old's life is in order.
Logan, is your life in order?
Still figuring that out. Put it together.
Logan's is pretty together.
no, I told him. I said, if you insist on living here, let's look for a house then. So we went and.
And I think that was the best financial decision. You talk about a turn with your accident. I think mine was buying a home.
Yeah, and that was a really good, and it was a good time to get into River West because it was
Yeah, they wanted $18,600. I said, Jeremy, we're going to offer him $16,000. Oh, you can't do that. That would be an insult.
We offered him 15.
15?
$15,000 for that house.
Yeah.
Well, the city gave me $750 because it was a targeted neighborhood.
Down payment,
Really?
whatever. Yeah.
So did we only pay 15?
I paid 14 too. Yes.
Wow. Holy
Good
shit.
deal.
Well, I mean, that was a smart move on the city because look at that neighborhood now.
Yeah.
So
That's worth 240. Which isn't a brag. Maybe I shouldn't even say that. But
no,
the
but
point is it's got any equity to throw and invest in things like Flat Out Friday.
yeah, exactly.
240 only?
Okay.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I suppose that went up.
All right. Well, let's
Just a bit.
We
Just
just
a bit.
mentioned Mama Tried in Flat Out Friday. Let me. I'm bringing this up to modern times. What do you know about custom motorcycles, Oma?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Well, wait. Let me say when Jeremy because Jeremy had been talking about wanting to do put on a motorcycle race, be a motorcycle race promoter. Was he talking to you guys about that too? Was he saying like I want to, this was before Loyal started racing.
That's one of
Or was it about the
that's
same
one of
time?
Jeremy's plans.
Because I remember talking to you about it when.
I don't think I got into flat track until my son was born.
Okay.
So
And how old would Loyal have been? when,
8, 9, I was starting to think I could do this.
Okay.
So,
So
we're
he was
talking 12 years
going
ago.
racing when
Yep,
Mom
yep.
Tried first started.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Is that how old he? I thought he was younger.
He's 20.
I know, but when he started, it was 8. Oh, yeah, he was a little guy.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
was a little guy. I
But
remember.
but I'm just asking you a fresh perspective. I'm asking you first because I know Opa knows a little more. But what do you know about what Scott does with his motorcycles and Mama Tried custom show?
Yeah, well, like the first time that you went to, when Jeremy started talking about Flat Out Friday, what were your thoughts? Did he explain it? Did he tell you like what he was going to rent this arena and put on this race?
I thought he was freaking nuts. But I think it comes from me because Jeremy was always a go-getter. And when he was a kid, you could not sit in my house without doing something. I mean, he couldn't put Legos on the floor and I'd be cleaning up. What if somebody came? What if somebody came? Hurry up, clean that up. Now I could give a rat's ass. But, I mean, he had to get some of it from me. And like I always said, if you can read, you can do anything. Anything.
Hmm. Yeah, you guys don't sit still. You guys
No.
you stay busy. You're still working.
I'm only here.
Who are you talking to?
You.
You.
Yeah. No.
You're still working, right,
Yes.
Bonnie? What
Yeah.
do you do?
I clean for private homes.
Yeah. Nice.
And I had a lot of my good clients pass away and that, so I'm just hanging in there. I'm
Nice.
good. I hope I can continue doing it until the casket closes the door.
So you enjoy it?
You enjoy it?
Yes.
She doesn't, particularly clean. She cooks and goes shopping, grocery shopping.
Yeah,
for
because
them
you
and
make
everything else.
because you have a unique, very
Caretaker.
nurturing personality, and so
Nurturing.
you're very good.
Caretaker.
Caretaker.
Yeah,
Caretaker.
and so people trust you, and they want to give you like more and more things to do to help them out, right? To make their lives easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Is that what all the loads of laundry were for today?
I have a friend. This is a side note, but I have a friend who she was a house cleaner, housekeeper too, and she always dreamt of going to be. She wanted to be a landscape architect. So she saved her money cleaning houses, went to school, became a landscape architect, started practicing landscape architecture for a couple of years, and she was like, "This is bullshit. I work twice as hard as I did cleaning houses, and I make half as much money."
Mm-hmm.
So she quit, and she went back to cleaning houses, and she loves it.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
that's
need
kind of
much
the
money
business.
Yeah,
because I had the clients for
Yeah.
yeah.
40-something years and I never
And
raised
some of them,
it.
she's probably more of a personal assistant than she is.
Yeah. How did you get these clients? Like, how did you find them?
I was a head housekeeper at the Triple Crown. No, that wasn't called it.
That was the restaurant
Safari Motel or no,
on
that
on a 60th and
cat.
60th and Appleton.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
still
what it
there.
is, yeah.
hooker
Yeah.
place. We used to put the glass up in the window. This old lady come up, big red lipstick on her old man. And we put the glass up there. 2 hours they were done.
That's a pretty good stretch.
was
2
that-
hours.
That poor
Extra
old man.
innings, yeah.
His social security check.
Well, it was a long run.
And so through that you met clients.
Uh-huh. One lady was coming in from Florida because they had like a little kitchenette there, and with her husband. And then she said, "Would you help me?" And so she moved into Shorewood, and then helped her and all that. So I went.
You've been with her for how long?
That lady's dead and
Yeah.
gone.
But you work for her family still?
No, not that old lady.
But a couple of
That
them
Jewish
you
lady.
Yeah.
No,
40 years she was with for
not for that Irma.
Irma. Yeah.
Irma. But the best part of it, then she started getting a little goofy and needed more help. And she hid her jewelry. And she put a claim on it and got all new jewelry or whatever, what she did. And then maybe a year or two later, she gave me all his old pants. And I went to put them down in our basement in our apartment, and I heard a click, click. I opened it up, and here, all her jewelry was in there.
Oh, she hid her jewelry, forgot where she
In
hid
his-
it, and then claimed that it was stolen.
Yeah.
Oh
In the pants
no.
pocket
Oh
of her
no.
husband.
And my mother always said to be honest. Oh, that was a stupid mistake.
Okay, let's go back. Let's wrap this up with Mama Tried Flat Out Friday.
What did you think the first time that you went to go see Flat Out Friday? What did you think?
Amazing. Scary. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thought he was freaking nuts then, too. I mean, it was scary. It was scary, but then I loved to see him there. I mean, I felt sorry for him because I'm sure he didn't sleep for 3-4 days before that.
No. It was a stressful time for all of us, but it worked out really well.
Sure, we didn't know
Yes.
what we were doing.
Yeah.
Very
we had
proud.
No idea what we
Very
were doing.
proud.
Yep. And watching Loyal Race, right?
Yes.
Loyal Race did well.
Very proud of Jeremy. Very proud. I mean,
Yeah.
he scares me when he comes up with this things, but he always...
I thought it was a great idea, but Living with Dead, that's Jeremy.
Yeah. Coming
Just
up with
like he was
ideas
racing
and just
cars. I mean, he's going to race cars. He got it in his mind. He goes out and
Yeah.
Yeah.
buys a car, and he's out on the track.
yeah,
with
and
it.
just
Out
does
on the
it,
track.
right? Yeah.
And then one
You know?
time, he came in first place. My mother was with us, and of all
Oh, really?
times,
At Hales Corners?
Yeah.
Really?
he came in first place. And my mother and I were clapping and screaming so hard and everything. But that time, they didn't have the recorder. They didn't have because they always said, and a dog
recorded
named Chavez.
Aw.
Oh, it was just so sweet. And then people behind us and everything, we kept saying, "That's my son! That's my son!"
That's awesome.
Well, we got to get back to Flat Out Friday.
Yeah. But wait, so Heather helps a lot with Flat Out Friday, right? She helped the first time, didn't she?
Yeah, Heather
Your
was there
sister?
since the
She's
beginning.
She's been the pit boss, right?
Yeah, she's a good boss.
Yeah, she is.
Heather's
She's
been
really
kind of a
good.
dynamo in some respects.
Was she always like that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
She was going to college. I think she had 3 jobs.
Really?
She was going to school.
Yeah.
She was always turned out to be the boss.
Yeah. She's a smart cookie.
They're go-getters because
Yeah.
they had no choice
Yeah.
It's-
with me.
Yeah.
Oh, crack that whip.
What about Dave Kilkenny? He's part of Flat Out Friday. You remember Dave?
Oh, yeah, Dave's a nice guy. Yeah, he's very, very nice. He's been, oh, God, years and years.
He was in a band with you, wasn't he?
I was in a band. He was on tour with us.
Right. He
Yeah.
was kind of the roadie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What about Lala?
Oh, Lala, you can't say, oh, I love Lala. He is so special.
Yeah.
Lala
guy.
is, on Pancho's 75th birthday with that COVID and everything. He came and rang the bell. He had a chicken dinner from Seoul. I mean, he is just
Great,
the best.
Yeah. He's a
You can
good
always
egg.
count on him.
Yeah. He's a good
Always.
egg.
You know, anytime I need to get rid of something, I call him up. He'll strap anything on that damn truck of his. He's took many truckloads out of this house, and a lot more yet to go.
How about Ezra?
He's very special. I really like him, but I just think he should be going farther than where he's at.
Yeah.
And once he got busted there, I'm glad that my grandson, so far, hopefully he didn't get into none of that.
How about, you remember Warren?
Warren is very nice. I really didn't get to know him until we were up north.
What do you think about Warren?
I think he's a very nice guy. Very nice. I mean, I remember.
So you don't really know him that well.
No, I don't.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, I really don't.
I'm just kidding.
No,
just
I
kidding.
don't.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he seems like a very nice guy.
He's a good partner.
Very nice
We'll
guy.
pause Flat Out Friday for a second. You guys also went to the Mama Tried. You understand that they're two different, day of events. We're partners, but the show is the custom show. Scott and Warren are in charge of that custom show, and you guys were there. Tell me what you see when you go to that. Opa, why don't you start? What do you see when you go to the Mama Tried show and you see all the
Mama
bikes?
Tried show?
Yeah.
It's awesome. You see all the motorcycles from all over the country, custom built.
All over the world, Scott.
All
Is
over
that-
the world.
Sure. My favorite part though is Merritt DJing.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Saturday. That's the best.
And
I
packed.
missed that. I'm sorry. I missed that.
So packed.
Yeah.
that You had to stand in line.
And everyone's digging the music, and he's back there with his headphones on.
Isn't that
Yeah, he's
special?
great. He's a
Merritt,
great.
he's
He's a
another
great. Yeah.
unique
Yeah, he's a
individual.
great kid. He's a really great kid.
And Opa, you for a small time there, you wanted to race a hooligan bike. Do you know what a hooligan bike is?
Yeah.
What is a hooligan bike?
Street driven Harley.
Well, street legal twin.
Street legal twin.
Oh, to
yeah.
be counting line.
Well, is there any other thing kind of bike besides Harley twin?
Well, you wanted to race it, didn't you?
He talks like it.
What about that shadow that you got from across the street?
You gotta bring that up.
Bonnie, you were
I
here.
love that
You
bike.
were
It's
here.
a nice bike.
It is really nice.
Yeah,
It was fast.
yeah.
It is fast. I don't know where it is now, but
It's still in the.
you were fast in the
Saving it for
backyard.
Should we
Boy,
try it out?
Your knee looked really awful after that. It was it was like this time
Well,
of night,
explain
right?
the story, Scott. People don't know what you're
We
talking
came
about.
over and it was like this time of year, and it was getting to be nightfall and the dew was coming up, and you were really excited. You had just got it, and you took it out in the backyard and you were gonna ride it around. We were all gonna take a turn riding it around.
Yeah, I was doing it all day, and it was fine.
Yeah, but the grass was wet.
Yeah,
And you went to go make a turn back there, and you gave it a little goosed it a little bit. And that
Goosed
thing
it.
pirouetted. Yeah. And your knee ended up like over there.
No, that's not true.
No?
You fell, picked it back up, and did it again.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then when you stood up, that's when your knee, when you were like, I got it, you stood up and your knee just went like, it just went the wrong way and you fell down, and I was like, oh. Bonnie, were you here?
Yes, because you were going to take, the dog ran out, you opened the garage door, you were going to take his car
Oh yeah.
and drive
And drive
over
over
here.
to
And
pick
I
'em
said,
up.
you can't do that because we have septic systems.
Right.
And then I went there and I took a walker and I put it in front of him and I said, get up.
That's right, and we got you down in the basement.
And then it swelled up.
Oh.
Like a balloon.
How'd you get upstairs after that? It took a while. When we left, we were around for an hour or two that
Sure.
night. You took a bunch of ibuprofen, right? And you're like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I hobbled along. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
tore four ligaments in my knee.
At least that was rough.
Uh-huh.
You were a trooper. That was a hell of an injury.
Can I
Poncho.
get this before
that
it
hurt.
quits? That tree right there, our daughter got that from McDonald's when she was 8 years old.
Really?
It was just one
Like a little sapling?
one little sample.
Really?
Sampling.
I mean,
Sampling.
planted it
Sapling.
under there.
And I
No
kept,
way.
And it came in a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
It was McDonald's had a thing about plant a tree and whatever. They gave out little.
That's pretty great.
I
awesome.
told
That
him
thing
to
was
chop
wrong.
it down 30 years ago. I mean, make a nice Christmas tree or something. I had to cut down other trees for that sucker to grow.
Wow, that's
Let's
nice.
Hope it.
That's super
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I think we covered a lot of ground here today. Is that fair to say?
I think we did too.
We got from Calumet to Milwaukee to Hubertus to
Yeah,
Mama
Jeremy
tried to
was
Flat Out
1
Friday.
years old when we moved here in Wisconsin. It was sad for him to leave his
Ancestral,
grandparents
yeah. All his relatives.
But we made it. I couldn't drive. Oh, I couldn't drive. I couldn't do nothing.
You couldn't drive?
No, in the city. But I'd go to
Yeah,
the
I was driving
laundry.
in copper country.
Really?
I would drive around the block and go to the laundromat. Oh, I couldn't wait to get to the laundromat, and then I drove back.
I'm proud of her now, though. She can drive anywhere.
All right. Well, you got clients all over the city, right?
Not no more.
No?
Probably. Yeah.
Mequon and Big Cedar Lake and.
Well, I was wrapping it up there, Scott. I
Oh.
was wrapping it up here. I was trying to wrap it up. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah. Well, I like.
What did you learn today, Scott?
That's a wrap.
Well, I mean,
Nothing
I
that
guess
you
like
knew.
yeah. I mean, I've seen your parents like quite a bit the last couple of years, which I really enjoy hanging out with them.
Okay.
I've gotten to know them.
Well, what do you
They're-
enjoy about my parents?
Well,
Tell them about me, Scott.
exactly. I love hanging out with Bonnie. We have a great time. I love talking to Poncho. He's like always talking about stuff that I don't really understand, mechanical stuff, electrical engineering stuff I don't really understand, but I like it. I love the stuff that you do for Flat Out Friday. You build the t-shirt guns, and you're always really supportive. You're always there, and I love going up north and hanging out with you. I want to go to Calumet every year now.
Well, I hope so. I hope
I
you
hope
do.
so too. It's so nice up there, and it's so nice to hang out with your family and meet your sister. And
Yeah.
Auntie
Tori.
Yeah, she's excellent.
The youngest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be 60.
How many? The youngest? How many are there?
There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
Paulette, the one at
Cedar Bay.
Cedar Bay. And then me. And then my brother Terry. And then Tori.
All right. Pancho, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
There were 6 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 8 counting my parents. They had a boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Are they still up there too?
No, my brothers are dead already. I got a sister, half in Detroit, half in Florida, and then the other sister's in home, and my oldest sister, and then Carolyn, my youngest. They are my
Very
younger sister.
close.
Okay. But you still have a lot of friends and stuff up in Calumet.
I got, there's quite a bit of family and that still
Yeah.
up there. Probably more Bonnie's up there than mine. But
Yeah.
I
They're
still
all
got some
dead.
cousins and all that up there.
Everybody's dead.
So, in conclusion, we've covered a lot of ground today, from Calumet to Milwaukee to Falk to Hubertus to Flat Out Friday and Mama Tried.
Yeah.
All right. So we're clapping it up for the Prachs.
Thank you. Thanks for taking
Bonnie
the
and
time to hang out with
Francis.
us, Bonnie and Francis. It was really great talking to you guys.
I'll leave you here, Scott.
Yeah.